So last week we talked about pedaling, and there are two kinds of pedaling. The one where you're coming down with the attack of the hand, and then you're lifting at the same time. So you might do that for march-like type of song, which is not very often. So you might want that for the end of a song, like very decisive type of chords where you're going down with the chord and you're going up, your hand goes up with the chord, right? You can see the coordination between my going down with the foot and going up with the hand and the foot at the same time. Rhythmic pedal. The pedal that is more used, and of course, we will see a song where it's actually written that way, where you're seeing, not here. Most books will introduce you to the pedal right here. Down, up, and then you continue. And then for the chord cha cha si, you go on with it and go up together. Because that's the easiest way to do your pedal. So if you haven't done any piece with pedal, I would recommend those book songs, of which we will tackle one today, where you practice how to go down with the cha cha cha, and go up with that last cha, which is easier, I think, than with the right hand coming in. So I'm changing the book a little bit for the pedaling. But that type of pedal where you're coming down with the finger and the foot and then up together, it's called rhythmic pedal. The pedal that will be more used is the pedal where you're coming down with the chord after the foot is already down. So here's the foot going down, then you play the chord. Then you set up your hand for the next chord, let's say F in root position. When the hand comes down is when the foot goes up, then the foot immediately goes down before you release your hand. And you can hear that F. So one more time, foot already down, practice with me. The C chord is ringing. I place my hand to the next chord, F chord, root position or inversion, up to you. When I actually play, my foot goes up and then down. Now the foot is holding the sound, so I can move my hand to another chord, right? So I did suggest last week that you practice just C chord and then the next white keys, D minor, E minor, F major, G. Just move your hand up so you don't have to think too much about what chord you're playing. Don't think about that, just move to the next chord. All white keys. Here we go. Foot down first. Then when I play my chord is when my foot goes up and down. Then I can release. See how my fingers are released. Next one, D minor. Ready? Foot up and hand down. And a foot down, release. See my hand releasing? Next one, E minor. Ready? Foot up as the hand goes down. And then only when the foot gets back down do I release my fingers. Next one, F major. Here we go. Hand down, foot up, down. And release your left hand. Next one, G major. And here we go. And then next one is A minor. Here we go. And the next one is a B diminished chord. B, D, F is a diminished chord. Here we go. And the last one, right? And I move my hand very high so that you can see my hand, but I'll now do it on middle C area for the left hand. And you could do it literally on the low C because left hand most of the time is here, but my webcam is on this side, so it's really far away. So I'll play it here, but you can play on any C chord you want, way below. Here we go. Foot already down and C chord. Hand down, foot up, back down foot, and release your fingers. Next one, D minor. And here we go. And release. And next one, here we go. And release the fingers. I actually turn my hand so that I'm really clear about which part of the brain is controlling the foot down and which part of the brain is controlling your hand. Here we go, F chord. And again and again. If you find yourself going up and down slowly with your foot, then try to correct that. Try to do your foot as alert as a 20-year-old many decades ago, for most of us. Right? So you're exercising a lot of your ankle, and the last one be diminished. And the more I practice this with you, the faster my ankle will be. And also notice that when I was demonstrating, I go up a lot and down a lot just to make the sound so that you can hear it, right? I don't recommend you do that because it's a lot more exercises. My counts will be very big if I do that all the time, all the way up. So what I do is I really have to feel my pedal. So play with it a little bit, and you will feel that even the pedal on good pianos have 2 layers, and you feel a little resistance, just like the keys have layers. We have pedal layers, and we can go slightly up, and we already feel where the pedal is completely released. We don't need to lift it above the pedal so much. Just release the pedal where it is at the maximum, like there, and then down, and up, and down, and up, and down. So exercise feeling where the top of your pedal is so that you don't raise your foot unnecessarily. Just like fingers. Remember when I said the shortest distance for the finger is to go down and then just release it. You don't need to play piano like this. That's like raising it too high for nothing. That's wasted energy, right? Work with how the keys release and work with it and release your fingers. Same thing with any of these. It's the same principle for your foot. Only release your foot up to the top part of the pedal and don't overly raise your foot for nothing. So let's do it again. Foot down already, C major chord. And notice how fast now my foot will release and not all the way up. Okay, here we go. Hand down, foot up. You see? My hand is now released. Next one. Now you see how my foot is really fast? And so concentrate on the quality of your pedaling, not playing fast. Here's the next one. And again, I'm releasing my fingers. And the next one. And you could hear or see that my foot is now really super fast. It will take you maybe a few months to get to that speed, but that's what your goal is. If you're really practicing your pedal correctly, your foot should be able to go up, down, and lightly, right? Lightly, meaning not like this, not that, because that's just wasted energy and you're not going to be able to pedal through a whole song if you're doing too much of that. So do practice on the quality of how you're changing your pedal. And again, there are 2 types of pedal. Now, once you determine that you can basically have the same quality of pedaling, the up down is light and fast. See my foot? Light and fast. Up down. Up down. Up down. Up down. And for you beginners, I would suggest that you turn your hand to the side like I did, just to make sure that you're dissociating the part of the brain controlling the hand and the part of the brain controlling the foot, right? Like turn your hand sideways and then turn your hand sideways, turn your hand sideways, and at the same time you are thinking about your foot being light and releasing up and down very lightly and fast and not overly raising your foot. And my heels is always touching the ground, right? And like I said, this is a video as a reference for you, but I think you should just expect that you will spend many months before it becomes something natural where your foot is really changing lightly, right? Like this, lightly and not overly raised. and not overly pressed down. Like some pedals, you don't need to press down all the way to the bottom. Like my pedal has 2 notches where I can just press down here halfway or all the way to the bottom. And you can feel that. My foot feels that. There's a certain like lightness here, and then there's a resistance for me to go down there because I have a good piano. But most of you probably don't have that good piano, and you might have bought a pedal to hook into your electric keyboard, and that's okay. Just make sure that you're not overly moving your foot for nothing. Make sure your heel's always on the ground, and make sure that the hand comes down and you release your foot at the same time. And after your chords, the test would be to play your C major scale by changing each note. Because if you are not, you hear that? I didn't release completely, and you could hear that both were kind of sounding together. It makes it dirtier, and it helps you by ear to hear whether or not you're actually changing your pedal all the way to the top. Because if I only change halfway, you see my foot moving? But you can also see that here, that the sound is all muddy. We call that muddy pedal. It's because your foot did not release all the way. So for you to get to the scale, first practice your chord. So that each sound that I'm making, whether it's a chord change or one note of the scale, is completely clear, and the quality of my foot changes is there. So go back to this video a lot. It's a useful video.